What's up, guys? Tugi here, back again. Welcome to the first episode of my new franchise mode here on NHL 17, and I'll cut right to the chase because I can't hide it. The fact that this video may just be the longest video I've ever had on my channel, it kind of gives away what is happening here as we begin a nation united. A new twist. We're going to have it be a fantasy draft, and I will explain why right now, really. In my prior series, Nations United, in NHL 16, we took players from outside of the traditional hockey powers and tried to build the best franchise out of those players that we could. With mixed success. You can feel free, if you haven't already, to go watch that series. It's in a playlist on my channel. But this time, we're much more likely to have success because, of course, we will be using one of the big-time nations that we couldn't use in the prior series. So Russia, Sweden, Finland, Canada, the US, the Czech Republic, Slovakia. That one of those nations will basically be what the team is built out of, is what I am trying to say. I had it worded differently in my head, and I just started saying the wrong thing. But you get it. As opposed to in Nations United, in a nation united, I'm saying those words too often, but that's okay. I'm leaving this in. Fuck it, my intros aren't perfect. Welcome to my channel if you haven't been around here. Basically, we are using one of those teams. That decision was up to you. Sweden won the poll. It was close. Finland in a close second, and I can easily see that if I do this type of series again, we'll be using the Finns, but this time out, we are using the Swedes. Which brings me to these three things. First of all, the team we're going to be replacing, because I did create a team, is going to be the LA Kings. Why? Well, first off, as you know, I like to have two franchise series going on at the same time. I also like to have one East and one West Coast team, or Western Conference team. Currently, we have Rebuilding Hockeytown going on, so it makes sense, of course, to use a West Coast team or a Western Conference team. I don't know why I keep saying that. You know what? Fuck it. I'll be transparent about it. This is my second time doing this video. The first one disappeared. So yeah, I'm not too happy about that I'm having to redo a draft that will definitely take me over an hour, but that's okay. I want to use a Pacific Division team because we had just used a Central Division team with the St. Louis Blues in our last series. So that is the reason. And why it's the Kings? Because we have the Stockholm Kings, and there's only room for one crown in the NHL, and it's going to be ours. Like I said, of course, you notice the top players. That is because we will be doing a fantasy draft, and let's get right into it. But I will say this right off the top. Am I going to make mistakes? Abso-fucking-lutely. Am I going to take someone that I shouldn't have taken? Sure. Am I going to miss out on someone? Is there a chance I might not even take somebody that's Swedish by accident? Yes, there is. I do have my laptop open next to me, but still, mistakes could be made. I hope that's not the case, because that would just cause more headaches. But anyway, let's get into this. The only thing I need to change is taking off authentic cap penalties and setting draft pick ownership back to classic. Everything else I can change later if necessary. Let's get into this. Although I will say, we are going to have a top 5 pick. If by default it gives us a pick, anywhere in the top 5, that's what we'll do. And actually, there you go. It gave us the 5th pick. I was going to say, otherwise I will randomize until we are inside the top 5. So most likely, we will end up with Victor Hedman, I would say. I think Erik Karlsson will be gone by the time we get to choose, which is a little bit of a shame. And actually, I had the number 2 pick the first time. We randomized up to the number 2 pick. But are people going to be pissed off that I'm going to get Victor Hedman instead of Erik Karlsson? Probably. But you know what? I'm going to stick to it. Maybe by some miracle Erik Karlsson's still there. We will find out, but we have the 5th pick in the draft. So let's do this. 32 picks, and there you see, Erik Karlsson has gone to the Carolina Hurricanes. Connor McDavid went number 1 to the Bruins. But let's take Victor Hedman with our first pick. And I mean, that is the easy pick to make, without a doubt. When you talk about other players that are available, it's not even worth looking now because we're going to spend a lot of time looking at the same screen, so get used to it. But Victor Hedman will be our number 1 pick. mainly by default because we didn't have a choice, but that's okay. And I did want to say, and I forgot to say this, the reason why we're doing the fantasy draft is because if I were to simply have the best Swedish players, like in the prior series, it made sense to just put all the best players there, players from Denmark mainly. That was the huge nation for us. But in this series, if I use all the best Swedish players, think about who we have on defense. Karlsson, Hedman, Klingberg, Hjalmarsson, Kronwall. We'd have an amazing team. And then offensively, Forsberg, Landeskog, Jesus, who else? Soferberg. Defensively, we'd have Adam Larsson and Jonas Brodin. It would just be such a crazy team. Alex Edler as well. We'd have Louis Eriksson, Gustav Nyquist. It would be crazy. And I want a little bit more of a challenge, is what I'm trying to say. Now, I will scroll through every selection, as Philip Forsberg went to the Minnesota Wild, so that sucks that we're missing out on him. But again, that was the point, to make this a little bit more difficult. But yeah, like I said, I wanted that extra added challenge. I will scroll through these. Jesus Christ, we'd have Ekman Larsson too. I didn't even name him. My God. My God. The team would just be absolutely absurd, and we'd be legit contenders from the start, and I'd want a little bit of a struggle. Klingberg goes as well. Point being, I'm going to scroll through all of these selections. I want to avoid the situation of having to go through every team post-draft to show you guys who went where. So I know it might be, a little bit frustrating or annoying to have to, go back through this draft video and try to see specifically where someone went. But odds are you can guess where someone went, especially if it is a high-end player. But getting back to this, our second pick, a lot of guys are off the board that certainly would have been nice to have on this team, but them's the breaks. And we'll have to figure out a backup option here. And who that's going to be, I do not know. Of course, I don't know necessarily if I want to take, the Sedins and Zetterberg. I think I kind of want to set us up decently for the future, but it would also be nice to have a decent team off the start. But, man, that's the question. Alex Steen we could take as well. We could end up with a decent team. Hampus Lindholm is still available. That might be our best option. He is Swedish. Yes, he is. I had to double check because there are some names where it's okay, I know for a fact they're from this country, and then they're not, and I don't want to screw it up. So I think right here the big question for us is who goes next? Lindholm, Landeskog, or Raquel? And Raquel's a bit of an outside one. So do I go, and then man, someone a little bit older like Anton Strawman still available? Zibanejad, Clefbaum. You see my point, man. Our starting team would have been absurd if I didn't do the fantasy draft. Ekholm also available for us. And then you factor in prospects. Alex Edler, the Nylander, the Nylander brothers are also available for us. It is insane. But as far as our next pick, I think it comes down to Landeskog or Lindholm. Who do we want as a big-time player? Gabriel Landeskog, Rickard Raquel, or Hampus Lindholm? And certainly having a Lindholm-Hedman pairing would be absurd. I actually don't know who to take here, man. That's a tough decision. That's a really tough decision. I think I'm going to go... God, I don't even know, man, because I kind of want to make sure I get the Nylanders, too. That's the issue. I think I'm going to go... Because there are so many great defensemen that we could still end up getting, I'm going to go with Gabriel Landeskog. And now there's no chance that Lindholm is still available for us. Absolutely no chance in hell. Although it is a snake draft, so maybe. We'll see. We'll see. We might have a chance here to still get him. Let me go all the way back down this way. Kachuk, Scheifele, Pasternak, and John Carlson. Okay, so yeah. Hampus Lindholm, we'll get him too. And this team's going to be looking okay. This team is going to be looking okay. Elias Lindholm is another name that's available. Jesus, man. Oh my God. So yeah, certainly having like the international, just the entirety of Team Sweden would have been overkill. But where is Oscar Klefbom's there? Damn. William Nylander. Oh man, William Nylander. He might be the next pick. But we are going to take Hampus Lindholm and shore up that defense. And fingers crossed William Nylander is still available. Let's find out. Wenberg goes to Toronto. Max Domi. Did I forget anybody? That was Brody I was looking at, kind of awkwardly. Klefbom off to St. Louis. William Nylander to Montreal. Damn. Oh well, then it's Elias Lindholm off the Buffalo. Zibanejad's gone. That's the problem, man. So much high-end talent in Sweden. Rickard Rakell went not too long after. So much high-end talent. Having all of them would have made it too easy, but it still sucks to miss out on some of these players. It still really sucks. The big thing for me here right now is goaltending. Because Robin Lehner is absolutely our best option. There is no doubt about that. Absolutely zero. Aside from, say, Henrik Lundqvist, which I'd rather just take Lehner, and then I think the goal would be to have Anders Nilsson or Markstrom as the backup. I think that would be our best course of action. But even then, I'm still not sure. Alex Nylander's available and should turn into a hell of a player, but I don't want to take him too early. Ekholm is available, but he's not the best option now, is he? High top six. Who do we have here that we could take? Kasperi Kapanen is Finnish, which is a shame. Doing a hell of a job for Toronto in the playoffs, though. Who else? Aho is Finnish. Eriksson Ek. That's a big-time name that I need to make sure we get, in all honesty. Eriksson Ek. Then you have Silfverberg, also available. Teuvo Teravainen. Rasmus Asplund, or Osplund, however much emphasis you want to put on the A. What else? Malcolm Karlsson. I want to get down to, actually, no, I don't even care about high top 9. Top 4, though, defensively, I do care about. So, Ekholm's still elite, but he's 26, so he's pretty much capped out at an 87-88. And then on defense, Adam Larsson, not a bad pick. Jacob Larsson, not a bad pick at all. Who else here is available for us? And I know I'm going to miss somebody. Eunice Brodin, also available. Oh my God. When do I think Robin Lehner will be drafted? We can't miss out on him. We can't. We've made 3 picks so far. This is pick number 4. And, I'm not going to risk it, guys. I'm not going to risk it. We need our goaltender. He is our goaltender. We're going to take him now, just to make sure. So, yes, we might miss out on somebody that's really high-end, but I'd rather not risk it. And then again, we do get another pick somewhat soon. So let's see. Did we actually miss out on anybody by taking him when we did? Olimata, Bo Horvat. We didn't miss out on anybody. That's perfect. Okay, that's perfect. And it is funny to see Robin Lehner drafted before Sergei Bobrovsky. Okay. So do I want to take veterans or focus solely on prospects? That is the problem. It's all a matter of when you take those prospects so that you don't miss out on too much high-end talent. But for options right now, I had a pen here. It has seemingly disappeared, which sucks because I was going to use it to kind of make up a short list of players I could potentially take. That said pen has disappeared. which means I'm screwed. All right, well, we'll test my memory then, won't we? So we have Alex Nylander. Ekholm, not so much. So Nylander. Victor Rask isn't available. Who else do we have? Aho is not available. Fiala is not available. Kasperi Kapanen. Eriksson Ek. I would say right now the two best offensive prospects we really need are Eriksson Ek and Alex Nylander. And then defensively for prospects, we're probably talking about Jacob Larson. Adam Larson, Jonas Brodin, and those are the three right there. Okay, so again, I'm going to go... Who am I going to go with here? And then high-end defensemen, we have Strawman, we have Edler. Who else? Hjalmarsson. Okay. Damn, man, this is tough. And of course, I knew it would be the first go-around, and it's even more difficult the second time around. But let's see. Drafted players. Where is that pen? Oh, my God. This is screwing me over so bad. Actually, here, you know what? I will open up a wonderful Word document on my computer because I kind of need a short list. And you know what? If I was smart, or not a short list, but I want to write up a depth chart, and if I was smart, I found it. It fell on the floor. I found it. Victory. I was going to say, if I am smart, I would have just stopped talking, but I don't like editing. I'm kidding. I love editing. But for this video, I'd rather just have it be one shot. So we have, so far, Victor Hedman and Hampus Lindholm. Lovely. And, of course, we also have Robin Lehner. So, on defense, we could get even better right now. Or we could go after who would even be the best forward available right now. Because we missed out. No, that's right. We did get Landeskog, too. I completely forgot. So, Landeskog is our high-end forward. Which, say what you want about that. I probably would have preferred it to be Philip Forsberg. But you can't win them all. So those are our four. We could get Alex Steen. I mean, you could factor in like Zetterberg, the Sedins, or it's like, do you just want to pass on them and have your offense be pretty damn lacking for the first half of this series? Maybe. I mean, who knows how long it'll take some of those guys to develop. But Gustav Nyquist, Louis Eriksson, Hagelin. Do we go for the high-end prospects or the high-end players? That's the question. And I think right now, I mean, we could get Eriksson, Ek, and Nylander. I think that's what I want to do. I want to get those two really high-end forward prospects. And then anyone out of like Brodin and players in that level we'll try to get. So I'm going to go with Eriksson Ek for our next pick. Maybe taking him a little bit high. But I'm going to go with him because I feel like Nylander will still be there. So let's see. Who have we missed out on, if anybody? Jonas Brodin goes right back to the Minnesota Wild. It's a little bit concerning. Only a little bit, though. Just a little bit. Henrik Lundqvist to Detroit. I'm not exactly shedding a tear there. Who else? Again, I'm not going to name off too many people. Alex Steen to Ottawa. That is concerning. Strawman to Nashville. And that's that. Okay. So, Alex Nylander now? Or do I wait? Because those defensemen started to go. But you know what? No, let's take Alex Nylander now. We'll take a defenseman next. And then I think we'll be okay. So we didn't get William Nylander, but Alex Nylander has been drafted by the Stockholm Kings. Pekka Rinne, Perlini, Stepan to Boston. The Bruins, of course, having a pretty Solid draft. Let's go all the way down here. So Saros, Hamonic, Niederreiter, and Ekholm. All right. I was kind of hoping to get Ekholm, but that's okay. That's okay. So we still need 2 high-end defensemen. And we need a little bit of help offensively, too. So defense, who is still available? It's a good prospect for us. Or at least with a decent bit of potential. Adam Larson, Jacob Larson. And that's it. All right, well, next we are going with Adam Larson. We'll add him to the team and hope that he can become a monster. He's still has potential. Gustav Forsling, that's somebody I wanted. Adam Larson still has potential, at least, So I'm all right with that pick. He's good now and could improve even further. So that is the point behind that pick. Jacob Larson to Vancouver. He is who I had my eyes on next. So that is a little bit disappointing. Anybody else? Alex Edler to Ottawa. Again, somewhat frustrating. Just a little bit. Hjalmarsson goes too. Damn it. I mean, I only need one more top 4 defenseman. I was hoping for it to be Edler, Hjalmarsson, somebody like that. That's not happening now. That's okay. We can make it work. It could be Kronwall. That could be Nicholas Kronwall's spot. Because I know there's a lot of aging options, but I'm not going to shy away from picking them. I think I still want this team to be competitive. I don't just want it to be all the best prospects, because that strategy didn't quite work out. I mean, it did work out in the Blues series, but not quite. We had to make a lot of trades to turn that team into a dynasty. Johnny Oduya is available. All right, so prospect defenseman. What do we have? Honka, I believe, is Finnish. Medium top 4. Do we prioritize medium top 4 or high top 6? I think the AI would prioritize high top 6, so I might as well. I think that would be that'd be pretty wise here. So let's go all the way down to high top 6. I mean, there are some guys here. At the top of the list, you have Robert Hagg, who is available. Gabriel Carlson, who should have been slightly improved now that he's actually playing with the Columbus Blue Jackets and has appeared in their postseason. Bystrom, 74, but he's 22. 74, 21. Linus Arneson. Anybody else? Will Butcher, the Hobey Baker Award winner, I've added there. And I should note, too, pretty much any player that was signed out of the NCAA in the past month or so or whatever has been added to this game. By me, of course. Not by EA. They can't until they actually play a game. But Bayreuther, who signed with, I believe, the Dallas Stars, he's been added. Of course, in this series, they're not going to be on their actual team, but they're at least in the game. Now, I didn't find any tremendous defensemen. Like I said, I really wanted someone like a Eunice Brodin. And who do we have here for forwards? I mean, there are some decent guys. Medium top 6. This is Forsbacka Carlson. Victor Arvidsson isn't a bad option at all. And might be someone that I pick up. Should probably be someone. Adrian Kempe from the LA Kings. Teuvo Teravainen, Burakovsky, of course, an option. Donskoy, I believe, is Finnish. I'll double check. I'm not too eager about picking him up. Jonathan Dahlen, Silfverberg. Okay. And then high top 9. My God. So many people to pick from. So many. Arturi Lehkonen. Is Arturi Lehkonen? Yeah, he's Finnish, isn't he? I'm 95% sure that Arturi Lehkonen's Finnish. Only 95, though. Oh my God, my laptop needs to cooperate with me. No, he's Finnish. Damn it. Oh, it's De La Rose on Montreal that I'm thinking of. He's the Swede. He is the Swede. All right, William Karlsson. Not a terrible option. Man, this is tough. This is tough for who to go for next. And, I mean, looking at overall here, I could go with Silfverberg. I could go Like, that's the thing. I could end up with a decent team. It's just how many prospects, you know? I could end up with Silfverberg and Hagelin, Gustav Nyquist. I could make that happen. It's just, when is the right time? When is the right time to go prospect or, you know, player for now? And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a mix of the two. We're going to go with Victor Arvidsson for our next pick. And hopefully I don't come to regret that. Of course, we do get another pick here not too far down the road, which is good. Let's go all the way down here. Sharp, Honka, Bjugstad, and Pulak. All right. All right. So do I go for that other defenseman that we need? Do I go for that other defenseman? It would probably, like I said, probably be Kronwall. That gets taken next because I don't know what other Swedes are here at a decent overall. Who do we have? Who do we have? Johnny Oduya. Any other 84 Swedes? Enstrom, not a great prospect, or not a prospect at all, but not a great player. He's on a pretty rough contract too. I mean, despite his age, I feel like our best option is Kronwall. Now that I keep scrolling through this, yeah, man, I think our best option is Kronwall. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lock up that top six, and hopefully we can get a prospect that can replace him. I'm going to take Nicholas Kronwall, and hopefully he sticks around for a little bit. Because defensemen are going quick, too, obviously, with Brodin and the other players that went pretty quickly. Burakovsky is gone. Not surprised. Teuvo Teravainen's gone. Zetterberg is gone. I might honestly pick the Sedins next. William Karlsson is gone. So again, I went with a defenseman for now over some prospects or even some other forwards. And that might not have worked out, but that's okay. Daniel Sedin went too. Gustav Nyquist went. Wow. Like, everybody I was looking at just got picked at the same damn time. Silfverberg's gone. Holy shit. And that's what I'm talking about. I mean, all those players we would have had. Instead, now we get Kronwall. So that was probably my worst pick yet. Just in terms of timing. I really would have liked to have gotten both Sedins. But that didn't happen. What do I do next? Do I risk it here? You know what? I am going to risk it here. I'm going to do another off-the-board kind of thing. I want to lock up our goaltending. Some people might not prioritize that. I am going to. It's going to be, I think, Anders Nilsson, just because he's on a better contract than Markstrom. They're both the same age, the same overall. But I at least want to get Anders Nilsson. And it's probably not the right time. But like I said, I need to make sure our goaltending is good to go. And we have another pick coming up not too far down the road. Did we miss out on anybody who was eligible to be selected? Yes, we did. Carl Hagelin. So, again, maybe not the right timing. Maybe my last two picks, Nilsson and Kronwall, just not the right time. But I'm not stressing out just yet. We still have Landeskog. We have Arvidsson, Eriksson, Ek, Nylander, Hedman, Lindholm, Larson. I'm feeling all right. The point was to not have this be literally Team Sweden down to like the international level and have it be, this monster of a team, which it absolutely would have been. So I still want to make sure that we have a strong team. So to do that, do we take Henrik Sedin? Because we could use a center. Let me sort by forwards here. Because we do need to pick up some forwards. Our top four is set defensively. And then we'll figure out who the third pair is going to be. But we could use some players, that is for sure. I mean, NHL ready right now, for sure. We only have Landeskog and Arvidsson as forwards. So it could be Louis Eriksson. It could be Henrik Sedin. And aside from that, our options are starting to look slim. We have Carl Soderberg as an option. Oh yeah, our choices are quickly disappearing. Imagine that. Swedes are a popular pickup. Jonas Donskoi, you're Finnish, aren't you? I feel like he is, for sure. Especially with a name like Jonas. Yeah, he is. Of course he is. It was worth double checking. Johan Larsson. Damn. You know what? I'm going to do it. We have found our captain, if this wants to sort out properly. I'm taking Henrik Sedin. Henrik Sedin has been added. Risky pick. But, like I said, wait and see. Wait and see how the team pans out, you know? That's all I'm saying. Give me a chance. Just give me a chance. As De La Rose goes as well. I'm not going to say you're wrong. I shouldn't have taken Kronwall when I did. I shouldn't have taken Nilsson when I did. I should have taken De La Rose over Daniel Sedin. Or Henrik Sedin. I took Henrik. Shows how much I'm paying attention. No, but seriously, it's a tough balance, man. It really is. Between taking the prospects and taking the half-decent players. Now, I could take all the prospects, but we wouldn't have any high-end players. And even someone like De La Rose, what was he, high top 9? He might cap out like an 86, maybe an 87. So, it's tough. It's tough. I'm not going to try and sit here and validate every pick I make. It is what it is. It's a fantasy draft on a video game, right? But as far as who we take next, I would say Louis Eriksson is in a decent spot to be selected next. Medium, top 6, we have Dahlin, Kempe, Carlson. Forsbacka Carlson is still there. Rasmus Asplund, Melker Carlson. There's still so many options. Like, these aren't the best of the best prospects, but there are still options. So in the meantime, let's continue to make our current team better. And that way, too, we don't have to play those prospects out of their depth, and they can actually spend some time down the AHL. I'm going to take Louis Eriksson. Louis Eriksson. Is this draft going as anybody expected? Probably not. Probably not, and that's okay. Let me, oh, that's right, we are good to go, too. As, we get to pick again here pretty soon. Or immediately. So who goes next? We have 6 forwards, 4 defensemen, and 2 goaltenders. So who do we pick up next is the question. Who is available as far as the best overall Swede goes? Who is left is the big time question. Toby Enstrom, but he's on a pretty rough deal. Lars Eller is not Swedish. Johnny Oduya also available. We could really have a strong defense with Edstrom and Oduya. Who else here? Isn't this is the least exciting part? Carl Soderberg is an option and will probably be my next pick. Although Patrick Berglund is also Swedish, is he not? I am very sure that he is, and indeed he is. So if we could end up with Patrick Berglund, so Henrik Sedin, Berglund, Soderberg, that wouldn't be too bad. That wouldn't be too bad. You could argue any of Soderberg, Berglund, Melker Karlsson. Wouldn't be terrible. And that's probably the way I'm going to go here. Because it would be nice, like I said, to at least have something. Kalle Järnkrok, also Swedish, 99% sure. Yes, he is. Could go with him. On the third line, Jonathan Eriksson, Marcus Kruger. So not the most high-end talent here, but certainly some serviceable players. Prospect-wise, we know all about the medium top 6. How about the high top 4? How about the high top 6? Or not the high top 6, the high top 9, I should say. Jens Luke, I believe is how you pronounce that. He is available. Anybody else? Chalapik is not. Bjorkstrand is not. Alright, we might be running really low on options here. Very low on options. Carl Grundstrom is available. Borgstrom is not Swedish. Rup Heinz is not Swedish. Jordan Kyrou is not Swedish. So it looks like the last, prospect that's really worth getting here would be Grundstrom. I'm going to go with my gut here. I'm going to go with my gut. Let's go out. And let's get, where was he? He was an 84 overall forward. Let's go out there. I could have just sorted by forwards. Would have made this a hell of a lot easier. That's what I'm going to do right now. Let's go and pick up, where the hell is he? Jesus, there's a lot of 84s. A lot of 84s. Let's go. Who the fuck was I looking for? It was Berglund, Soderberg. Where the hell did the other one go? Just the order is so different. Melker Karlsson. There he is. Jesus. Melker Karlsson. Let's pick him up. A well-rounded player. Probably second or third liner for us. We shall see. It depends. And then I'll probably look to get either Carl Soderberg or Patrick Berglund next. We will see if either of those two are still available, because there's a decent chance that they might not be. And then I need to really worry about getting a prospect goalie sooner rather than later, because again, our options are going to be somewhat limited. Markstrom goes to Pittsburgh. Of course, we already have Anders Nilsson. Dylan, Slater, Cuckoo. So far, so good in terms of players selected. I think we're all right. Yes, we are. All right, beautiful. Nobody taken. Nobody taken. So let's go and take... bam. Ooh. So let's see. We could have Sedin, Carlson, Eriksson, Ek. We could play Eriksson, Ek on the NHL level. On the third line, which means I could get a fourth line or wherever. Right wing is a bit of a problem, but I can just take the best forward available still. Defensively, it's good. You know what? Let's look for prospects here. We can have these picks, the next 2 picks or so, be prospect picks. So let's see. We have Kempe, who I'm probably going to take. Asplund, Carlson. Yeah, I'm going to take Kempe immediately. I know I want him, and we're going to get him. Adrian Kempe from the LA Kings is selected for Stockholm. Who else was taken here? Pierre-Luc Dubois, way the hell down here in round 15 after Jamie McGinn. Interesting strategy from our computers. Eller, Johnson, Zajac. All right, we're good. So next we'll probably take Forsbacka, Carlson. Let me take a look at defensive prospects here. Is there anybody? Let me look at high top 6 first over top 4. Because those top 4s aren't going anywhere. The computer will go for the high potential first. Is there anybody we can take? Frederick Claesson is available. Bystrom, but he's also 22 and only a 74. Hansen, he's a 70 at 21. It's not awful, but not ideal either. Linus Arneson, also available. I think next up, we're going to take Frederick Claesson, and he'll be on the third defense pairing. Probably with Johnny Oduya or somebody else similar, as Carl Soderberg goes, but that is okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. If we play Eriksson Ek on the third line this season, that's fine. So no worries there. My God, we're at like 35, 38 or so minutes. I have no idea. God damn, though. This is going to be a journey. If you're still with me, I do greatly appreciate it. You guys know that. Like I said, I know a lot of people. I mean, the reception and the reaction to the first fantasy draft with the Blues had such great feedback. So I figured, hey, fuck it. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. And despite, the constant feeling of dread that I may have screwed up, I still feel like on paper we have a pretty well balanced team. Now, whether or not, Kronwall and Henrik Sedin hang around for a decent amount of time, that remains to be seen. But we will cross that bridge when we come to it. Because we don't want to be a completely tank-based team. So let's see. Who else could we go for here? The other defenseman we don't have to worry about. At least not the roster defenseman, but prospect-wise, a lot of medium top forwards. No, let's take a look. So Robert Hagg is available. Who else do we have? Gustav Olofsson. Wouldn't be terrible. All right. Yeah, I think Olofsson would be a strong pick. Do we have anybody else? I don't remember. We had, the guy from the Bruins, Linus Arneson should be here. I didn't see him picked, so Byström will probably pass on. Right, do I take Linus Arneson now? If he's even still there. There he is. Okay. Do I take Linus Arneson? Or do I go for a forward? Now see, this is the problem. The middle of the draft where you really feel like mistakes can be made. 100%. I'm going to take Forsbacka Karlsson. I'm going to take Forsbacka Karlsson here. And we will hope that we didn't make a mistake. I do think, though, for the most part, we should be fine in terms of filling out the NHL roster now, because, of course, there will still be people on the free agent list. And that's something I really need to make sure I do, is go to the free agent list first and sign a bunch of people so that the AHL team, when I go best lines, doesn't sign a ton of players that, of course, aren't Swedish. That would absolutely suck. If that does happen, I'll just have to sign those players as I drop the pen again. But you know what? I think I'm pretty much done with it. It's fine. I would have to sign those players, much like I did in the original Fantasy Draft series. And we just have to keep them for the year. And then we can get rid of them. But let's see. Who do we go for next? I could just take Johnny Oduya. You know what? Let me go take a look at goalie prospects. I haven't taken a look at goalies since I took Nilsson. Who is available prospect-wise? So let's see. Marcus Hoiberg from the Ottawa Senators as a medium starter. Gustafsson. Linus Soderstrom from the Islanders. Who do we have for high fringe? We have Linus Ullmark. And Charlie Lindgren from the Montreal Canadiens, who is not Swedish. He's from Minnesota. So, for prospects, I could probably go with Linus Ullmark. He is 23. So that's not ideal, but I could probably go for Ullmark and maybe Hoiberg. 21, so I mean, a year older than Soderstrom, but 4 points better. And obviously 3 years older than Gustafsson, but 7 points better. You know what? Let's go with Oh my God, the voice has given out. Let's go with Linus Ullmark. Linus Ullmark is our next pick. Get a decent player there for the Ontario Reign. Man, round 17. We still have so far to go. We have so far to go. This is the part of the draft where it's like, oh my God, it's never gonna end. It's never gonna end, and I'm gonna look back on this part of the draft and feel like all I did was make mistakes. Which is probably true. Maybe I got that out of the way earlier with Kronwall and Nilsson and Sedin. Just maybe. Hopefully no more mistakes. I can at least recognize that one as a mistake. It definitely was. Could have done a hell of a lot better. But like I said, trying to find the fine balance between a team being good and having decent prospects. Now, do I want to take that other goalie now? And I think I do. Now, it's weird. I'm allowed to take any defensemen and forwards that I want, but I am only capped out at 4 goalies. Once I do that, it'll be like, oh no, too many. So if I try to take 5. I'm going to go, I think, with Højbjerg here. You know what? Yeah, let's take him. 3rd round pick of the Sens. Let's take Højbjerg, and we are good goaltending-wise. And then we can figure out our team the rest of the way. And, of course, we get another pick very shortly. So, Johan Larsson goes. I'm not too concerned. Not too concerned. Let's go all the way back down here. Hetherington, Dzingel, Bjork, who is actually not Swedish. All right. Who is next? Nobody's taking Yager or Chara. Not surprised, really. Yeah, I guess definitely go prospects. I think we can fill out the rest of the NHL roster from here. I think we can. Although I might end up taking like Johnny Oduya with one of the last picks. But, alright, so let's alternate between forwards and defensemen. I think to start, I'm going to take a forward. Now, what do we have for high top 9? Anything? And I'm sorry if I checked and I know that there's nothing, but you can understand. We do have Carl Grundstrom. Not a bad option. Luke, also available. Oh my god, there's a ton of them. Holy shit. Most of them, though, not available to us. I think Carl Grundstrom is going to be our guy. Yes, he is. Let's take him. Of course, the Maple Leafs prospect. He is now a Stockholm King. Allow me to take a swig of water as I have been talking for over 45 minutes straight. Oh yeah, the one thing I didn't mention, the draft that was lost, I recorded about 20 minutes before I started recording this one. So I've really been talking for over 2 hours straight now at this point. So you can understand if my voice is giving out. Andreas Englund to Washington. He might not have been a bad player to take, but again, I'm kind of buying in to the high AHL, or not the high AHL, but just the high potential in general, as clearly the computers are too, for the most part. Let's see who else was taken in round 19. Gustav Olofsson. He would have been a good player to have, but I'm all right with having Grundstrom. That's not too bad. It's not too bad. All right. So let's see what we can do here with our next 2 picks. We will be taking a defenseman next. Who is that going to be? So, we have Lucas Bengtsson, Rasmus Andersson, who is the favorite right now, 19 years old to 71. Who else? Gabriel Carlson, 19 years old to 72. He's the new favorite, is Carlson. Julius Bergman, 20 years old to 73, is available. Patterson is available, but he's a 60. Robert Hagg, a 76 at 21. Damn, that's not bad either. And that's that. High top 6, do we have anyone? Lintuniemi, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's got to be Finnish. You know what? I'll make sure. I'll just make sure. Fuck it. I will make sure. He's probably Canadian. No, he's from Helsinki, Finland. There you go. Always trust your instincts, right? Bendulis. Do we have anybody here? Bystrom, but he's 22 at a 74. It's a bit too low. I think that... No, that's right, Linus Arneson. And that is exactly who we are taking. So we do have some decent options still, but we will take Linus Arneson with that next pick. I feel like the team's coming together. Like I said, you know, Landeskog, Sedin, Arvidsson, Eriksson, Carlson. I feel like we're doing all right on both levels. Whether or not that is proven to be true is another question, but we will find out. Like I said, this series really begins, you know, once you're a couple years in and you've been drafting only Finnish players and having to handle the draft in that way where you can only take Finns. So if there's a Finn inside the top 5, or not a Finn, I'm sorry, a Swede. If there's a Swede inside the top 5, I was thinking Finn because Henrik Borgstrom, who I wish was a Swede, but he is not, he is a Finn, he was selected. So Finn was on my mind. Finland. Oh boy. Alright, what do we have? Kalinin, Klimchuk. Are we all out of options here? I think we are. For high... Oh, we could go with Jens Luke. That's exactly what we're going to do. I'd rather have high top 9 than medium top 6. Jens Luke is in. Might have been a bit early to pick him, you could argue. But, I mean, Jesus, we still have so many picks to go here. I'm not that concerned. We still have a ton of picks to go. An absolute ton. So, like I said, defenseman, forward, it'll all balance out. What is taking so long to load? Damn. That took a while. A pretty long while as we again continue to scroll through and see who was selected. Who was selected? Renouf, Tanner Caro, Pionk, Tufty. So many other players. Robert Hagg. I was about to take him next. I was about to take Robert Hagg next, but that's okay. That's okay. There were obviously other defensemen. Carlson, probably the main one that I was looking at. Oh my god. Whew. Trying to fight off that sneeze, man. Trying to fight it off. I think I won for now. I won for now. It will be back. So let's go down. There weren't any other high top 6 guys, correct? I need to double check. Okay, we're good. We're good. So, medium top 4. Bankston, not a bad pick. Carlson was the best option, was he not? 72, 19 years old. Anderson's a 71 at 19. It is indeed going to be Gabriel Carlson, who would have been, selected much, much earlier if I upped his overall, as it should have been. He is, he's done fairly well. So we'll take him next, and then, of course, for forwards, I have absolutely no idea who I'm taking next. Not a clue. Not a clue. But we'll find out. We'll find out. I think I already took Forsbacka Carlson, didn't I? Or I passed on him. I don't remember. So let's see here. We obviously know that the mediums are, the high top 9s are gone after taking Jens Luke. Oh, man. I'm losing it. All right, I'm good. I think I'm good. I think we're good. I think I'd rather have medium top 9 and high bottom 6, that's for sure. So, Osplund, Dahlin. And that's it. So, we're going to go with Jonathan Dahlin. Jonathan Dahlin. Selected with our next pick. Who else is gone? Nobody that we really have to worry about. Actually, no, wait, never mind. We got to scroll all the way through. I lost what place we were in as Philip Gustafson goes. I'm all right with that because we ended up with Allmark and Hoiberg. Anybody else that we are concerned about? Asplund went to Detroit. All right, that's a little bit concerning. I was definitely planning on taking him next. Anton Forsberg is gone. Not that we were worried about him. Anybody else? No. Okay, sweet. Which means Rasmus Anderson will be our next pick here. Wow, roster space, 23 out of 32. We still have so long to go. We're closing in on an hour, and we still have so long to go. All right, where is Rasmus Anderson? Because he is next. There he is. Come on down. You're the next contestant on the Stockholm Kings. And with that next pick, I have no idea who we're going to take for a forward. Not a goddamn clue. Not a clue. Dougherty, Kaprizov. All right. Who do we have for forwards? That is the question. Who do we have? Let's sort by potential. So we don't have anybody there. Medium top 9. That's where we're at, huh? Anton Carlson, not looking good. Not looking good at all. Wagner, Nurmi, Tamela, Elnuyik. Anybody? Oscar Lindblom is available. Kevin Stenlund, who I believe might be eligible. He is from Stockholm himself. All right, so Stenlund is probably the best option for us right now. Josephson from the Devils, I don't believe. No, he is also an option. He is also directly from Stockholm. How do you like that? How do you like that? Philip Ahl is very obviously Swedish. All right, so we still have quite a few options here. Surprisingly, Malte Stromwall, Matthias Fromm. I would just hazard a guess that he is just a guess. And then, you're French Canadian, aren't you? So how about Anton Lander's also there, but yeah. High bottom six. Who do we have? Vinny Lettieri. Nice. Andreas Johnson. That will probably be my pick. We also have Hampus Gustafsson, who I believe is now with the Washington Capitals. All right. Lucas Wallmark. Yep, Carolina's the Lucas Wallmark. Beautiful. All right, we do still have some options here with the high bottom six potential. Wow, there's a lot of high bottom six players. Holy shit. Henrik Samuelsson. Jesus, there's so many. Anton Rodin. I think this is Tobias Lindberg. Yes, it is. Huh. Wow, it's still going. The list is still going. Holy shit. Pontus Aberg. Also a very good option. And that's exactly who I'm taking next. Pontus Aberg is here. Quite a few guys we could end up with from that high bottom six potential range that I will be very, very happy with. Very happy with. So let's go back through here and see if any of them have been selected. I won't be surprised. Aston Bowie and Matt Spencer selected back to back. Jeremy Bracco's gone. Bergman, who, I was kind of looking at, but, we went with Rasmus Anderson instead. Howden, Harkins, Montembal. Lucas Johansson, who is surprisingly not Swedish with that name. Did I already... What am I doing here? I already looked through this stuff? I'm lost. I'm just going to make my next pick. I'm just making my next pick. I think I looked through it all. I think. So we are taking a defenseman next. 25 out of 32. Damn. So no high top 4, high top 6. I believe we are out of that discussion. Yes, we are. So medium top 4, and the only ones left are Pettersson and Lucas Bengtsson. So because of that, Lucas Bengtsson, come on down. You're not going to Pittsburgh. You are going home to Sweden. No Rod Kapla, Daniel Brickley to Boston. Scroll all the way back, and we have Massine, Russell, Middleton, and Lagesson that go next. Lovely. Forwards, all those high bottom 6 players. I'd rather go with high bottom 6, I think, the medium top 9, which means no Malte Stromwall, who did some big time damage for us in the past. I know I already looked through this entire list, and there is one hell of a list. Kevin Stenlund, of course. But let's go to high bottom 6. So, we have Gustafsson. Who else other than Gustafsson was there? Sven Andrighetto, not available, unfortunately. So we have Gustafsson. I wish they were in the same order every time. That'd be sweet. Tobias Lindberg. I think Tobias Lindberg's my next pick. Wallmark also available. But barring a drastic appearance of somebody. Andreas Johnson. Damn. I'd like my next 2 forward picks to be Lindberg and Andreas Johnson. We'll see if that works out. I'm going to take Tobias Lindberg first. Another Maple Leafs pick. And let's see if Andreas Johnston is still available. Jake Bischoff, an Islanders player, is gone. Ahl and Stenlund. Stromwall also off the board. Right as we are approaching an hour. Man, if you guys are still here, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, each and every one of you. But let's see here. Even if you're only here to be like, wow, how can he fuck up this draft even more? I appreciate you the most. Who else is off the board? Anton Carlson. I think we're good for who we wanted. I might take another forward here just to make sure. I think I'm going to take another forward here just to make sure that we get Andreas Johnston. Or Johnson, sorry. Not Johnston. Just Johnson. So let's go. Where is he? Andreas Johnson. Where you at, buddy? There you are. Of course, a Maple Leafs player, Andreas Johnson. Come on down. You are on this team, and of course, we'll take a defenseman next. Probably. Not entirely sure. But let's see. Pettersson, Carlson. So many sons. So many sons. The story of Sweden. Dahlstrom, Pedri. All right. Who can we take on defense as we continue to add some prospects here? I am not sure. If there's nobody that really jumps off the page, I will look, or off the screen, I should say, I will look to take more NHL-ready guys at this point because we have added quite a few people. And it's like, yeah, I could guess, actually, someone like Klaus Dahlbeck wouldn't be terrible. Eric Gustafsson. Christian Folin. Christian Folin. Are you Swedish or Finnish? I think he's Finnish. Christian Folin. No, he is Swedish. He would actually be perfect for that third pairing role. I will have to remember that he is there. And we're actually out of decent defensemen. So, yeah, I think we'll take Christian, well, let me look at overall for defensemen here. Because I could take Christian Folin and Johnny Oduya, or Tobias Enstrom for that matter. I could take Folin and then Enstrom, and then be done with defensemen, and then have Claesson down in the minors. Martin Marincin, Yoki Paka, Bortuzzo. Yeah, I think we'll probably take Christian Folin here. Let's do it. Christian Folin, come on down. We'll probably take Johnny Oduya with that next pick. Then we'll look back at forwards and see what we can do. So let's continue one more time back through this list of players. We're almost done with this process. I think we have, 3 picks left? 3 picks left. We are so close to the end. It's amazing. We are so close to the end. And then we get to truly begin the journey here on A Nation United. And this team should be united after going through this process, damn it. This has been a hell of a process. So let's go. Do we take Enstrom because cap isn't an issue and he's a bit younger? Or do we take Johnny Oduya because he only has 1 year left? Let me take a look. Johnny Oduya. You know what? Let's go with Johnny Oduya. We'll pick him up, and then our last 2 picks will be for forwards. We'll look to add whoever we can. It might be an Anton Lander type, as Ryan Fitzgerald went back to Boston. Cool beans. Let's go all the way down here. And nobody taken that we have to care about. So forwards, who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? We have, 2 picks left? Who can we take? Who can it be now? Gianna Winnick, Matt Martin, Vladimir Sobotka. Victor Stahlberg isn't a bad option at all. Not at all. And it's looking like he's our best option by a long shot. By a long shot. Dennis Rasmussen. Who else? Joakim Nordstrom. Who else here? Does a name really jump out at me that I want him on my team? That's what I'm hoping for. Anton Lander. Is there anybody who's just going to be like, oh, wow, yeah, how haven't I picked him yet? I totally want him on my team. That's what I'm hoping for. But the further we scroll down, the less likely that is. And it's getting increasingly less likely. All right, let's take Victor Stahlberg, and I'll probably look at another prospect. So let's see. Victor, where are you at? There you are. Victor Stahlberg has been added, and we have one pick left. Damn. Damn. The last round. And again, most people at this point probably don't care about, where prospects are going, but I figured just to be thorough, we might as well scroll all the way back through. And again, I know some people are still probably going to ask, can you show me this team? Can you show me that team? I might, maybe. I don't know. It's not the most exciting thing to do, It really isn't. But, I don't know. As always, if there's enough demand for it, then fuck it. I can sacrifice an episode to do that. But let's see here. I didn't mean to look at drafted players. But forwards. Are there any other decent prospects that we can pick up? Or are we at the spot where we should just take somebody like Anton Lander and we're good? Hampus Gustafsson is the guy, and no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Lucas Wallmark also available. Wallmark or Hampus Gustafsson. Rodin's a 78 at 25 years old. And it's going to be Hampus Gustafsson, our last pick, an NCAA player that we have added to the game. We will hope for the best. We are good to go. The draft, believe it or not, has come to an end. I won't be able to look at the last few picks. Shouldn't matter too much. There you have it. The Stockholm Kings are complete. My God. And actually, you know what I'll do? Here you go. If you want to see who each team has, just pause once I am over that team, and you are good to go. This is the way I'm doing it, and it's that simple. But anyway, the draft in general, like I said, hopefully this adds a bit of degree of difficulty because, man, having all the best players from Sweden, or even just some of them, we would have had an amazing team, which I'm not complaining. I would have loved to have had a team with Hedman, Carlson, Ekman Larson, all the best players, John Klingberg. Like, that would have been our top four, our top two defensive pairings. It would have been absolutely insane. But now instead, we have, a good mixed bag of Swedish players that we can hopefully turn into a dynasty. But there you have it. There are all the teams. Now, I need to go to the free agent list and sign players before I go to best lines, and hopefully that can stop the game, or just editing the lines or the roster in general, and hopefully that can stop the game from signing players I don't need. So this isn't perfect. I didn't keep a perfect list of all the players that I have, but that's okay, and I should be able to be all right here. Now, did it hand any prospects to us that were already with the team? No, it didn't. Okay, cool. So that wipes out everybody. Perfect. That's what I was worried about. I couldn't remember if we would still have all the LA Kings prospects. We don't. So that's great. Let me go through and take a look here. And actually, you know what? Since I have that available, son of a bitch, so that means I'm going to have to find this pen. Hold on, I'm moving further away from the microphone. I found it. I may or may not also have found a Cheez-It on the floor. I will not confirm nor deny that there is a Cheez-It on the floor that my dog somehow missed. Which is insane because she's a vacuum cleaner. But let's see here. Let's see. So, goalies. We have Leonard, Nilsson, Allmark, and Hoiberg. We could afford to sign one more as a depth guy. Defensively, we have Oduya. I need to add him to my list. I need to add Folan to my list. Bengston. And then on the main team, we have Hedman, Lindholm, Kronwall, Larson, Claesson. We have Arneson. I'm sorry for having to write this down, but I mean, you gotta be somewhat thorough here, right? You gotta be somewhat organized. We also have Anderson. And then for forwards, we have Landeskog, Sedin, Eriksson, Arvidsson, Melker, Karlsson, Eriksson, Ek, Kempe, another Karlsson, Nylander, of course, Carl Grundstrom, all right, Jonathan Dahlin, Jens Luke. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. It might have some kind of, Swedish pronunciation. But Victor Stahlberg. Victor Stahlberg's available. Pontus Aberg. Tobias Lindberg. Should have them all on the same line. Gustafsson. Or Gustafsson. And Andreas Johnson. So, we definitely still need some work. We could use an extra goalie, first of all. So let's go see if we can sign an extra goaltender. I want to get the roster completely done and dusted in this episode. So let's go over to goaltending. We need a Swedish prospect. Magnus Hellberg wouldn't be terrible. He's a bit too good, though. Adam Werner. You're Swedish, aren't you? I think Adam Werner's Swedish, isn't he? I think he is. Yes, he is. Adam Werner is Swedish. He could be our guy. He could be our guy because I don't need someone like Hellberg. He's a bit too good. But taking a look at overalls here, I think he's our guy. I mean, we could go with Johan Gustafsson, but Lars Volden, but he's 24. Take a look at some of the other ages here for prospects. That's low backup. How about high AHL starter? Juvonen, he's got to be a Finn. 19, Smith, Svoboda, Vejmelka, I think he's our guy. Adam Werner, a little bit low of an overall, but he is our guy, and I want him to be our third goaltender down in Ontario. Right. Good start. Defense. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with Folan. All right. So then we need, let's see. Sorry about this. This is terrible. But I need at least 3 more defensemen. I need 3 more defensemen here. And that's the big question of who to take. So, Dahlbeck is an option, but he is an 81. But he is listed as an AHL player as well, so that's not bad. Jacob Moverare, I don't think he would qualify. Philip Larson. Actually, here, you know what? I'm sorry for this. I got to double check what the player role is for both Folan and Claesson. I need to double check that before I sign anybody else. So let's take care of that really quick. And the good thing is we still have just under $15 million in cap space. That'll change once we actually get the roster set up. So let's see. Where is Folan? Is he listed as a 6? Nope, he's listed as a depth defenseman. So I could sign Philip Larson if I wanted to. Actually, no, wait. He's from Denmark, isn't he? He is from Denmark. Shit. Well, that was pointless. But still, it's at least good to know what Christian Folan's certain player role is. But yeah, Philip Larson from Denmark. I felt like I knew that. I should have known that. I had him in the Nations United series. Should have known that. Then again, that series was over a year ago, I feel like, at this point. So let's see. I mean, I see Toby Enstrom still there. But prospects. We could have Klaus Dahlbeck. Not much of a prospect anymore. Boy. This is slim pickings, isn't it? Robin Norell, I am fairly certain is Swedish. Yes, he is, from Stockholm. All right, so he's an option. Petter Hansen, also an option. Not a great one, but still an option from Sweden, as you would expect. Westerland, Wilhelm. I mean, yeah, his name's Wilhelm. He's Swedish. Pontus. Please be Finnish. That's all I'm going to say. Please be Finnish. Pontus Schalin? Fuck, he's Swedish. No, he isn't. Wait, nope, it still hasn't switched over. Pontus, be Finnish. Be Finnish. Oh no, my computer's fucking up. Laptop, don't do this to me. Fuck it. Whatever. We don't need him. We don't need him. What else do we have? Sorry, so we do have some options. Wow, we have a lot. There's a lot more 7D than I expected. Victor Louvre, the Love Doctor. I am pretty sure is Swedish. Yes, he is. God, so the question is, who do we sign? Wickstrand's available. Alright, so hold on. Wickstrand's 22. Anton Lindholm, 21. Alright, so we need 3 defensemen at least, right? That's what I said? Yeah, that's what I said. Okay. I'm doubting myself. Christian Jews? I hope it's actually pronounced Jews. I mean, the Jews... The Jews sounds even worse. Come on. Oh, shit. Philip Berglund. Makala, whatever. Hobbs, Westland. Oh, boy. Let's go with... That's the big question here. You know, I think I want Folan in the top 6. So that maybe he develops. And we could definitely go... We could definitely go with Toby Enstrom. But I think we're alright without him. Yeah, we should be alright without him. Let's go prospects. Pure prospects here. Sort by potential again. So let's go down to 7th D. I'm going to go with probably Norell. Who else here? Who else? Berglund's 19. Jews is 22. Lindholm, Norell, and probably Wickstrand. Yep, those are the 3 right there. Actually, let me double check on Mikael Wickstrand, even though I am fairly certain there is still a chance, and I don't want to screw it up now. Yep, he is from Karlstad. Perfect. So, Wickstrand. Let's, we'll give you on a 1-year deal. That's fine. Offer you close to the max. And then it was Lindholm. Give you an increased contract. And then we need to go up to Robin Norell. Perfect. And then for forwards, see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have the NHL set. And then AHL. Yeah, we need a lot of forwards. Okay. We need, Jesus, how many do we need? 1, 2, 3. We need 10. We need 10 forwards so that the game doesn't sign anybody for us. Wow. Okay. Well, Johan Sundstrom, I wish you weren't 24 years old. All right, let me look at, are there any high bottom 6 left? Walmark is still available. Lucas Walmark, so we'll get him in there. Lucas Walmark, and we'll give you a pretty enhanced offer. Anybody else? High bottom 6. Anton Rodin. You know what? He probably isn't going to be a bad shout. And since we need 10 people, apparently we have to sign him to an entry-level deal, though. I guess the game doesn't recognize that he had a contract with Vancouver. I guess. That's pretty dumb. Who was I looking at? Was there anybody up here? Vay, Chason. Was there anybody here? Is there anybody still here listening to this? That's my question. That's my question. You know what? I mean, fuck it. We can keep Rodin, and he might end up being like an AHL specialist. But that's fine. So that's 2. That is 2. Let me do a little bit of sorting here. So we have Rodin. Who else? Who are you? Levko Copper. Or Koper. However the fuck you pronounce that. Who else do we have here? Stefan Nosen. I think he's French-Canadian. I'm going to double check. Because he wouldn't be a bad signing. Yeah, he is from Plano, Texas. From Texas. Very, very far away from Sweden. Do we have anybody still worth signing from the NHL level? Anybody at all? Sean Mathias, you're Canadian, aren't you? I mean, I'm going to make sure, just because why the hell not? Yeah, he's from Mississauga. There you go. Anybody decent here? Anybody at all? Strassel, I know, is not. I mean, yeah, his name's fucking Andre. But Joachim Nordstrom should be good. Yes, he is. From Stockholm. Beautiful. I don't necessarily like low top 9. You guys know that. But on a 1-year deal, 82 overall, you can't beat that. You can't beat that. So we will sign him up. Holy shit. And again, I have to make sure I do this now, because otherwise it could sign people for me. Dennis Rasmussen? I'm not sure. He could be. Yep, he is. Also Swedish. Beautiful. Alright, we'll sign you to a 1-year deal as well. Listed as a 4th-line guy, which could very well happen with our roster. So we need 6 people. We still need 6 more people. Alright, Andreas Martinson, I'm pretty sure is not. Nikolai Kuhlman is not. So we still need 6 people. Damn. So I can still look for 3 half-decent players. And then, prospects. Alright, so we need 6 more people. 6 more. Anton Lander. You are up, my friend. 5 more people. Lyndon Vey. Who else? Who else? Who else? Come on, you guys. You gotta make this easy for me. I'm having to sort through the entire free agent list. Merrick, no, you are definitely not. You are definitely not. Harry Zolnicek, how about him, man? A playoff goal for the Preds. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. Anybody else here? Man, this is more difficult than I expected. Frederick Goodrow. I don't know why I feel the need to check it out. He is more than likely French-Canadian. Yep, he's from Bromont. Bromont, Canada. Neat. I might as well just start looking for prospects again, because this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Yeah, as it is, we're down at like 76. Is Jensen? I feel like he's not, but I'll check. I feel like he could be. He is from Denmark. Oh, Denmark. Which was very kind to us in the first series. Won't be so kind to us in this series. Yeah, let's just go prospects at this point. Whoever, at this rate, it doesn't matter. Oh, God. I'm losing it again. I'm losing it. It's so hot in this room, too. It's brutal. Johan Sundstrom. From Gothenburg, we will sign you up. Why the hell not? 1 year will not hurt. We need, what, 4 guys now? Yeah, we need 4. 4 players. 4 players left. Doesn't matter who at this point, how old they are, what their potential is. We just need 4 more guys on the books here. Who does that? Who wants to be the ones? We need 4 players. Who wants a job? Is what I'm asking. Who wants a job? Westerholm. Patrick. Not Patrick. Patrick. I mean, I'm sorry. You can't say that without it sounding like a terrible lisp. Like, you cannot say that without it sounding... I mean, I'm sure it's actually pronounced Patrick. Probably. I don't know, man. That's brutal. Patrick Westerholm. Unbelievable. Place for Breenass. I might actually have to pass on him. That's a bit rough. Actually, can I at least sign... If I can sign him to a 1-year deal, whatever. Okay, fine. He's in. 3 players left. 3 players left. Eero Pakarainen. I am 99% sure will not be one because he's Finnish. 3 guys left. Timo Pulkkinen has to be Finnish. Oh my god, come on. Michael Karainen, I am 99.9% sure that you are Finnish. No, he is. He's not from Stockholm. He is from Stockholm. Beautiful. Beautiful. We need 2 players left. 2 more players. That's all we need. Wanström. Sebastian Wanström. Come on down. 1 player left, and then we're in the clear. Patrick Bjorkstrand is not it, but I know Postler is. There we go. This team is set. Once we sign all of these guys, we are good to go. Let's set up scouting. And guess what area we're scouting, guys? Guess what area? Yeah, I mean, we can still scout elsewhere. You know, I can take a look to see if there are any other half-decent prospects in any other region. But yeah, for the most part, we're going to be scouting from the SHL, our backyard. But let's see here. Hopefully we can avoid the game signing anybody for me. That, of course, is the goal. Adam Werner is here. Now we just need everybody else to file in. Hopefully I don't break the game with how many offers I sent out, as everybody and their mother is accepting a contract offer from Stockholm. Was that everybody already? Really? That was everybody already? No fucking way. I thought I sent out way more offers than that. Really? That was all 50? You are kidding me. 46 out of 50. Well, I'll be a son of a bitch. I thought I sent out way more offers than that. And we still have a couple of spots, too. A couple of free spots. Which might come in handy. I'm not sure how much trading I'll do. That's definitely something I wanted to clear with you guys. How much trading we'll do in terms of trying to get, you know, other top players that are out there. I mean, even someone like a Carl Hagelin, who's not exactly a top player, but could still be a helpful player. Definitely got to clear that with you guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Our defense, we're going to have to figure that out. Actually, it's already figured out. Clayson gets sent down. There are your 6. Not too bad for a fantasy draft, I feel. Especially 2 when we were limited. And down in the AHL, they have a little bit of depth. 2, 4, 6, and then 2 depth defensemen. That's perfect. We could even sign an extra one. And then, oh yeah, the NHL team. We really need to fix up here. We really need to fix up the NHL team. Let's get Alex Nylander. Unfortunately, Nylander goes back down to junior, so I don't know if I want to do that. Who else do we have? Aberg, Rodin. So Aberg or Kempe at the NHL level. You know, we will send back Alex Nylander. That's fine. Even though he should have been able to go to Rochester. That's just how the game works, I guess. I don't know. But, yeah, I guess just because it's a fantasy draft, it kind of screws it up. But that's okay. So, yeah, screw it. We'll send him down. We'll bring him back up to next year. It's fine. And that has Kempe and Aberg. On the main team, the AHL team is looking all right. How many players do we have? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We're going to need to sign at least 1 or 2 more guys there as well, but that is fine. We're looking okay. Let's go best lines. And actually, let me go out and see if I can find probably 2 more forwards. 1 more forward and 1 more defenseman. Just for that little bit of extra depth. Especially because Nylander was just sent down. So let's see. We're going to go all the way back down to medium bottom 4. Which is where we were. Can we find one more Swede? Nikita Korostelev, I am pretty sure isn't available. Where are you from? Yeah, Moscow, directly. All right, well, that's not happening, is it? That's not happening. Martin Reway? I don't believe is Swedish. And you know what? I don't even care enough to look. We're just looking for a stereotypical Swedish name at this point. That's all we need. Eric Nystrom might be the guy. Eric Nystrom, you are Swedish. Beautiful. Even though right now you're playing in the KHL, you are our guy. Let's sign you up. And then defenseman, I'm going to look for one more yet again. The best part about this series is going to be the draft. I am going to sign Klaus Dahlbeck here, but the best part of the series is going to be the draft, where I can actually tell where the fuck people are from without having to Google it. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Cannot wait. Well, let's see here. Let's sim 2 more days, and we'll be good to go. I'll have to change some of the settings, like the injury slider and all that, which we will keep on. Nystrom is here. Dahlbeck, if you would, thank you very much. Let's get this team set up and finalized an hour and a half or so into this monstrosity of a video. So let's see here. Forwards, we're still good. Yes, we are. Beautiful. So let's figure this out. The NHL lineup, first and foremost. We'll go best lines. Let's see, Eriksson Ek is a minor league. Kempe is a 4th. Rasmussen's a 4th. Nordstrom is a 3rd. Okay, so let's go with Arvidsson, Landeskog, Sedin, Arvidsson. That looks good. And we'll have Louis Eriksson with Eriksson Ek. And, Pontus Aberg. We'll give him a good chance. And the third line will be... can he play center? No, we can't. Third line will be Kempe, Karlsson, Stahlberg. And then the fourth line, Nordstrom, Lander, and Dennis Rasmussen. Not too shabby. Obviously, the forward core needs a lot of work. Defensively, though, we are set up rather well, I do feel. Very well indeed, especially with that top pairing. And then the goaltending, all things considered, ending up with Robin Lehner, we're in a pretty damn good spot. Down in the AHL, of course, we still have quite a few decent prospects playing that I actually need to make sure are in the lineup or at least get some decent playing time this year. Is there anybody scratched that we really care about? Rasmus Anderson, medium top 4. Narelle, doesn't really matter. It did sign some... it still signed some players. That's fine, though. We'll just make sure that they're not in. So who can we scratch here? It's probably going to be Wickstrand. Or I could just keep Anderson scratched. No. Let's scratch Wickstrand and put in Rasmus Anderson. And again... mainly with these, bottom 4 defensemen, things are looking okay. And then the Claesson-Dahlbeck pairing, this team might still be in a decent spot to do some damage. It just really does suck that it signs some players. I thought I had been able to avoid that. Clearly, that is not the case, as we will get our prospects into the lineup. And of course, they're all Finnish players, too. But at least so far, from what I've noticed, they all have, overly Finnish names, so it should be pretty easy, aside from Andrew Califf, not quite a Finnish name, but it should be pretty easy to figure out who we need to take out of the lineup. So let's see here. Damn. You know what? I'll do this off screen. It's fine. I'll do this off screen because it's going to take a little bit more work than that. But yeah, you get the point. The team is set up fairly well for the present, fairly well for the future, which is kind of what I wanted. We're not a complete rebuilding team, but we're also not perennial contenders yet either, which is exactly what I wanted. Guys, that will do it. Might not be the most approachable episode to start a series, But I'm happy that I went this direction. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys, of course, will return for episode 2. Or, yeah, I mean, I hope you're around for the entire series, really. But we'll see what happens with it. I expect it to be a lot of fun. And like I said, I hope you feel the same way. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of the episode, what you think we could do trading-wise. Should there be limitations? Again, we only have draft picks 1 through 7, and I'll actually give you a quick look at values. I imagine a popular feeling will be to get rid of Sedin and to get rid of Kronwall, maybe even Johnny Oduya, which I understand. We don't necessarily have to trade them for other Swedes. We just have to make sure that certain people get back into the lineup. But I still feel like we did okay. Hedman, Nylander, Lindholm, Landeskog, Eriksson Ek, Larson, Grundstrom, Luke all have decent potential. You know, and then it really drops off because of, you know, the depth players that we had to sign. But overall, I feel really good about where we're at. Goaltending could definitely be something, though, that we address in the future, but we'll get to that whenever. Guys, again, that is it for this one. If you did enjoy, feel free to support the video and support the channel in any way you deem necessary, beyond, of course, listening to my voice right now and making it into a video that's over an hour and a half long. You are insane. Yeah, I don't know how to end this video, guys. I don't. It was a journey, we'll say that. And I will see you guys in the next episode of A Nation United.